missing you, now I'm faded. Holding you, kissing you, calling you baby. Cold by the shake, I'm trying to drink you. Feel like I'm drunk, might need a chaser. She got me nervous, I'm trying to be player. Let's leave the ball, go home and lay up. Rubbing your body, massaging your layers. Sip and get tipsy, we play a little later. I don't use a drink, but loving your flavor. Me and you make a good combination. When I hit it, look like you took a sip of the whiz. How you making them faces? Use that weight, but I'm getting patient.
Some pretty serious jail time. And Cardi B may be called as a witness in this situation. It's not a guarantee, but she may be called as a witness in her role with covering all of this up in the aftermath of the incident.
Well, breaking right now on WBZ, New England Patriots star Stefon Diggs is facing serious criminal charges. We have just obtained paperwork from Dedham District Court indicating that the wide receiver is charged with felony strangulation or suffocation and misdemeanor assault and battery. This is stemming from an incident back on December 2nd. Diggs is scheduled to be arraigned on the charges in Dedham on January 23rd. That is just 2 days before the AFC Championship game. The wide receiver's attorneys were in court this morning for a hearing, and we are working to learn more about the incident that led to these charges.
He was charged with both a felony and a misdemeanor, and we'll talk about that a little later in this video so y'all can fully understand why and how much time he's facing for both. But the woman who's claiming that he slapped her and choked her and strangled her is a chef who apparently worked for Stefon Diggs. The chef claims he slapped her and choked her over a salary dispute. So apparently this was a former chef who apparently lived with him, because the incident took place, according to her, according to the narrative, the female employee first went to the police on December 16th and stated she was working as a private chef on December 2nd when Stefon Diggs entered her unlocked bedroom to discuss an ongoing text exchange between the two over money she believed she was owed. That means that Stefon Diggs quite possibly had her move in to cook all of his meals. So he had access to the bedroom, right? Because why would she have a bedroom in his home, right? And it's not her home because he had access to it. The woman claims during the conversation, Stefon Diggs became angry and smacked her across the face. She says she attempted to push him away, but he then tried to choke her using a crook of his elbow around her neck. She claims Diggs was behind her with his arm wrapped around her, and she felt like she had trouble breathing and could have blacked out. When she tried to pry herself away, she claimed Diggs tightened his grip. Now, understand this, the crook of the elbow. This, right? How will Stefon Diggs be able to choke you with the crook of his elbow? That don't make sense to me. But if he's able to do this, that means he's a professional, bruh. Because he's using the crook of his elbow to avoid prints, to avoid markings, right? That could be linked back to him. Because if he had her choke like this, those big athletic hands, he would have left markings on her neck, that would have been easily seen and linked back to him. So, and she continues, she claims that Stefon Diggs was behind her with his arm wrapped around her, which again, how in the world was he able to choke her with the crook of his elbow if he's around her? And she felt like she had trouble breathing and could have blacked out. When she tried to pry herself away, she claimed Diggs tightened his grip. The woman claims Diggs then threw her onto her bed and said something along the lines of, "Thought so." The woman told cops she continued to explain to Diggs she still hadn't been paid, but Diggs says lies and walked out the room. When asked about documented injuries she may have sustained, the woman claims she had redness on her upper chest area but did not take pictures. Okay, but what do the police have? Because, if the police were able to make an arrest or charge Stefon Diggs with something, certainly they ain't charging Stefon Diggs with just her word, right? According to a report, the woman claims she was hesitant to come forward due to Diggs' status as a member of the Patriots. The woman told the cops she started working for Diggs in July, and she was supposed to work for him throughout the 2025 season. She claims she was supposed to be paid weekly, but it was switched to monthly instead, and she had not received a month's pay at the time of the incident. According to the report, the woman stated Diggs did not want to pay her for a week of work in November because her services were not needed. She said she disputed that statement. She did not request a break, and therefore she should still receive her salary. I'll be real, bruh. Is this man broke or something? He's nickel and a diamond, and he done got $100 million, right? If she's a private chef who's being contracted to live with you and cook for you, if you don't use her for a week because you're probably out or traveling, I think you should still pay her. She's a living chef, right? She stopped her life to work for you. So he goes, the woman claims the assistant then agreed to pay her as long as she signed an NDA agreement, which she did not. The woman provided police with a series of text messages that document the exchange. So the exchange starts off where he goes, down having the text match, you got it, it's cool. She responded, you will be paying me out for the season, and the money you said you would give me for my business wasted my effing time being here because you got an effing circus going on. I'm out of your life. So she had moved in with Stefan Diggs to be his private chef. Now, I'll be real with you, bro. A lot of these people be hella horny. All right, because, bro, Stefan Diggs could find a chef anywhere he wants, bro. Stefan Diggs is worth almost $100 million, bro. He could have found a chef anywhere, bro. He could have get a chef directly from culinary school. Bro, he probably got this chick because he wanted to crack her, man, straight up, right? And when she wasn't going, he wasn't trying to pay her. So he was nickel and diamond. So he goes, I won't be paying you ish. Bitch, look like paying you and paying another chef? Oh, no, if I look like paying you and paying another chef, is you high, bitch? Who the F gotta give you money for your business? I'm effing dead. I don't gotta do a MFing thing. And you can get whoever you want. You got my address. Tell them, come take the money then. F you talking about, show me I'm P. So then she goes, hi, can you approve my pay with, I guess, approve her pay with his finance people? The reason why those messages are important is because it established a timeline. Without those messages, essentially the story goes, you were his private chef, he hired you to come and cook for him, and $100 million because he didn't want to pay you, he strangled you out of nowhere one day. That don't make sense. But those messages kind of shows his temperament, shows how he was treating these situations, shows he was upset at her. It kind of showed the lead up and build a case. Without those messages, it's just like, oh, so he just woke up one day and said he wanted to put hands on you. That don't make sense. One thing that Stefan Diggs is going to have to overcome and going to have to find a very creative explanation for is why he was offering her hush money. If he did nothing wrong, if he didn't do this, if this was just a disgruntled employee who had zero proof whatsoever, why were you offering her hush money? Now, I understand if this is like 40 women coming forward and accusing you of something and you know you didn't do it, right? But they're accusing you of rape. That's really serious. That's heinous. All right, bro, take the money and go away and stop lying on me. But this is one person who's accusing you of strangulation and you're offering them hush money and you are moving that desperate. Like innocent people don't just go out like that, bro.
Breaking news here this afternoon. The New England Patriots say they support Stefan Diggs as their star wide receiver faces strangulation and assault charges. I'm Kel Thompson, Boston 25. First to break this story today. Court documents show the incident happened on December 2nd. Diggs' lawyers just appeared in Dedham District Court over the phone. They are fighting to keep the police report from the public. They also say Diggs made a financial offer to the victim to resolve the dispute. The judge says she is taking it all under advisement and will make a decision shortly. We'll let you know when she does. Diggs is expected to be arraigned next month on January 23rd. That is 2 days before the AFC Championship game. In a statement just into the Boston 25 newsroom from the Patriots, they tell us the New England Patriots are aware of the accusations that have been made regarding Stefan Diggs. Stefan has informed the organization that he categorically denies the allegations. We support Stefan. We will continue to gather information and will cooperate fully.
According to details or reports, the complaint states that Stefan Diggs' personal chef is claiming that she got a call from Stefan Diggs' girlfriend, which is Cardi B. And apparently Cardi B was telling her, hey, man, you don't need to do this. You don't need to call the police. It's not that big of a deal. Now, according to her, she got recordings or messages of Cardi B trying to give her hush money or trying to silence her, trying to get her not to go through with this. Which ultimately, bro, after hearing about this, Stefan Diggs is the dumbest person on the planet. Because if you're already going to the extent of trying to give this chick hush money and trying to pay her off not to come out and not to say anything, then you should have just paid her what you owed her in the first place. The only reason why she went to the police, or the only reason why all of this even happened, is because you didn't want to pay her what you owed her. You wanted to nickel and dime as a man who's worth almost $100 million. You didn't want to pay her for a week of work. He could have avoided all of this by just paying her. So apparently in early November, he didn't need her services for a week. He didn't need her there to cook. So he told her, yo, she has to go, like she has to leave, right? She has to vacate the room she has in the house. But apparently he wanted the house to himself or for some reason. So he told her, hey, all right, this meant, because he didn't need her for a week, that she would have to vacate for a week because he was having house guests. He told her to go home. And she said he did not provide any financial assistance for her flight to blank, which was her friend's crib. That is where she was going to stay with her friend. She said that since she did not ask to be sent home for a week, she should still be paid her salary. She said that is the standard for this type of work arrangement unless the employee asks for the time off. After the alleged assault on December 2nd, Adams left her position and left the residence to stay with her friend. She said that on December 9th, she returned to the house to get her property. At that point, so 7 days after the assault, now Stefan Diggs is coming to his, he's like coming to his mind now and realizing this could end really bad if I don't make this chick happy. So he tries to do something slick, okay? So when she returns, he tells her, hey, take up the monetary issue with my assistant. So she hits up this chick called Melissa. Hey, Stefan Diggs told me to hit you up for me to get paid. He owes me my money. She then tells her, hey, he requested that you sign a non-disclosure agreement. You sign an NDA before we can pay you your salary and what you work for. Huh? Of course you didn't sign it. Like, why would you sign that, bruh? Fam, listen, her salary is completely separate from you slapping her up, bruh. All right? You owe her the salary. You don't owe her from you putting hands on her and slapping the ish out of her or strangling her. So obviously she declined it. She turned it down, and now we're here where she's suing. So Stefan Diggs' charges are kind of complicated. So let them explain exactly what he's being charged with and why he was charged with two and what time he's facing.
A lot to it. We want to enter in WBZ legal analyst Jennifer Roman here to help us make sense of all of this. Jennifer, first things first, we have a felony charge and a misdemeanor charge. Can you explain each one or both?
Sure. So the felony charge would carry with it a much more serious sentence than the misdemeanor charge, and it would include the potential for imprisonment in the state prison versus just the regular jail. So the nature of the charges make them very different. We don't know if it's a strangulation or a suffocation at this point. We don't really know what the facts are supporting these allegations, but that is definitely the more serious charge of the two. The assault and battery would carry a sentence up to 2.5 years in the House of Correction as a misdemeanor if convicted. Whether or not somebody gets if convicted, whether or not somebody actually receives the type of sentence they receive depends on the nature of the crime, whether or not they accept responsibility in any way, show remorse, but also whether or not there is a prior criminal history here that would support a harsher sentence. So as this all sort of still is unfolding, we really don't know a whole lot. We'll know more at the arraignment later in January. That should provide some more details about what the allegations are and would shed some light on what potential sentence could look like if he's actually convicted.
Okay, so you mentioned that arraignment. That's January 23rd. There was this motion hearing today. Can you explain briefly, lay terms, what a motion hearing is?
Sure. It's just a way to ask the court to do something that you want. So in this case, the defense is making a formal request that the file be impounded, which would keep it out of the public purview, would keep it away from the press. Those types of motions, when you're talking about somebody who has the kind of star power that Stefan Diggs has, are not usually granted because we do have public interest.
Lucky for Stefan Diggs, we know they're not going to suspend him, at least right now. And the Patriots even came out saying, hey, yo, we support it, because they understand, man, listen, Stefan Diggs is like a 31-year-old wide receiver. He's on his last legs, to be honest. This playoff run is quite possibly going to be like the last playoff run of like his career, right? Even if they do get back, like he won't be the Stefan Diggs or as effective as he is this year. So, a suspension, I think, would effectively end Stefan Diggs' career. Like if Stefan Diggs come back next year and he gets like a 12-game suspension, bro, you'll be what, a 32-year-old wide receiver coming off a suspension? It's over with, bruh. All right, or what? Like, if Stephon Diggs get like a year in prison, bruh, yo, he might have an unceremonious career. But for Cardi B, yo, this is just embarrassing. Yo, if you go to Twitter right now and just look at the comments and like what people are saying, people are embarrassed for Cardi B, bruh. Like, Cardi B left her husband, Cardi B left like her family to get with a dude who not only, by the way, has a kid that's about 2 months older than Cardi B's kid. And Cardi B has a newborn. Like, Cardi B's baby ain't even 1 year old yet. So she left her husband for cheating, got with a man with multiple kids, with multiple women pregnant at the same time, and he still got a woman pregnant right now. Cardi B's kid is like, what, 3 months old? So this dude comes with a lot of baggage, bro. It's just embarrassing, man. Yo, Cardi B is a superstar. You're supposed to be moving like Beyonce. Supposed to be moving like Nicki Minaj. Well, no, Nicki Minaj's got her own issues. But you're supposed to be moving like a superstar. But instead, she's moving like, I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? If you're still watching this video and want to watch another good video, then click on this video right here somewhere on my screen to find out how this racist grift.
Appreciate you for clicking on the video. Before you go, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.